Hi there, Ray Freeman Psychotherapy here. A few weeks ago, I did a little podcast, reel, or whatever they're called, on Facebook about the difference between relations and family. And it lit up. And people were so intrigued by it that because I have a slightly different take on what is commonly called family. Um, that I decided to do a little series of 5 every day this week, different sorts of aspects of the relations versus family issue. So today what I'm going to do is a few definitions, relations and family. So let's get on with it. Relations are blood ties. I do have some notes in front of me. If you find me looking down or my eyes wandering somewhere, it's because I'm reading. So I'm sure you'll forgive me for that. I want to make sure I get it all in. Okay. Relations are blood ties, and family is not necessarily the same. In everyday language, people often use relations, the word for relations and the word family is interchangeable. And I understand that, but wherever you look at these sort of things, it doesn't work. It's very rare that a group of relations are a family. We use the word, and it's too loose. It doesn't say what's on the tin. Relations are blood ties and legally recognized connections. So they're born of biology, marriage, adoption. Family, by contrast to that, is much broader, more flexible idea that it refers to a network of people that have your back, that provide emotional support, emotional care, identity, sense of belonging. And it doesn't happen because of genetics, it happens regardless of genetics. Interesting thought, that, isn't it? Understanding the difference between these two reshapes your expectations about obligation and loyalty and social support, of course. It also helps explain why some people feel closer to non-relatives than their biological kin, and why social policies are sometimes slow to affect really lived realities. And this is where you can choose, of course. Relations are blood ties. Its simplest relations are those who we are connected to by descent or legal status. So parents, children, siblings, cousins, those are the sorts of things. Grandparents, aunts, uncles. These are relations. Their ties are typically ascribed rather than chosen. They're there when you arrive. You don't select your parents or your family. I know lots of people that wish they could, into which you're born. Biological relations come with a shared genetic history, I suppose that's what I'm trying to say. It's often recognized in places because of lineage, inheritance, legal relations like spouses, adopted children. Add another layer there. Marriage and adoption create rights and responsibilities codified in law, of course, reinforcing the status of those ties as relations. Because relations are anchored in biology and law, they carry specific expectations. Many cultures, of course, assume certain reciprocal duties among relations. Parents will raise and financially support children. Adult children will care for aging parents. Siblings will show solidarity. In some societies, these obligations extend far wider. Cousins, distant kin, forming a dense network of mutual aid. The predictability of such expectations can be stabilizing, and they create a clear matrix. Being a relation, though, doesn't guarantee emotional closeness, any moral goodness, or a healthy behaviour. Blood ties can coexist with neglect, abuse, rivalry, and estrangement. Oh God. Family histories, trauma, addiction, long-standing conflicts go down generations. I've seen it happen. often run along lines of relation precisely because those lines are permanent. There's no reason to change them. You can't change them. You can, but legally you can't. The permanence of relations can compound the harm, because relations are difficult to opt out of, very difficult. Negative patterns may persist across decades, generations. Family, on the other hand, are those chosen few that you construct around you that are functional, supportive. Family can be the same, but more often than not, the social role of support comes outside that of genetics. Family is a group of people who function as your primary support system, who provide care, emotional intimacy, and a sense of well-being. Most of the time, on the other hand, family is built through repeated acts of care, shared rituals, reliable presence. If you know you need help, where do you turn to? Is it relation or is it family? Family is therefore defined by function and meaning rather than genetics. A person caring for you in illness, supporting you through grief, celebrating your milestones and anchoring your identity even, are not necessarily related by blood. Conversely, a biological relation who is absent, hostile or harmful may fail to perform the family role. Family then is less about genetic script and obligation and more about lived, I'm going to use the word reciprocity, mutual recognition. This matters so much. In every family, we could actually argue there is always a position of where and once you are in that position as a member of that group of relations, it's very difficult to change it. So over the next few days, I'm going to be dealing with scapegoats and golden childs and golden children, I should say, shouldn't I? And then demonstrate by the end of the week the degrees of freedom you have to release yourself or take control of this position. It's emotional. I was recently somewhere where there was a marriage later in life, and one of the children of the previous marriages was left outside entirely. Okay, I'll let you into a little secret. That was my family. I thought it was horrible what was going on. It wasn't about me. It was about what was going on around. I could see happening. Maybe I look for too much, being what I do for a living. Okay. Relations understood as blood ties and legally defined connections they're important, of course, because they embed us in our history, our heritage, the social structures, our inheritance. Yet family is not necessarily the same as relation. It is instead the constellation of people. Why did I write that word? The constellation of people who will fulfill that family role for you. They're not necessarily of the same blood relation. Recognizing this distinction empowers you as an individual to make decisions about the future. So, in an era of such diverse life paths that we have in front of us, shifting social reforms, honoring people that are your family alongside your biological relations can be very fulfilling. And you are at the very top of the tree in terms of fulfillment if your family is the same as your relations. All too often, we see them as different. Okay, so tomorrow, I'm going to be talking more about dealing with the family narcissist. Lots of families have them. You may or you may not. Be worth listening to, even if you don't recognize people at the moment as narcissistic. I wonder whether I see the worst of people because of people that come to me for help. I don't think so, actually. But there you go. That's would be for you to decide. But tomorrow we are dealing with the family narcissist. So if you have a question, if you want to ask me something, if you want to see me about anything, the website is where to contact me. www.rayfreemanpsychotherapy.com. I'm here. I will answer individual emails, letters, whatever, if you want to talk to me. Just as a passing thought today, as this is day one, if any of you would be interested in a little group support, say maybe, this is off the top of my head, 5 1-hour sessions over 5 weeks or something like that, just in group support to go into this area of life a little bit deeper, let me know. If there's enough of you to do it, say, I don't know, 7 or 8 of you, 10 of you, 100 of you, I don't know. Let me know and I'll put it together. It's easily done. And it will be, I will charge for it. It won't be free like this. I will charge for it, but it will be, I'm not greedy. We'll sort it out. Let's see if you're interested first. RayFreemanPsychotherapy.com. Questions, whatever you need from me, come get it. In the meantime, I'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe and well.